when the right people come together at the right moment, when they care almost as much about winning as they do about each other, they can become the best of the best.
Welcome to the best soccer show, the best soccer show in the whole world.
Here we go. It's the best soccer show. Jason Davis, Jared Dubois choosing to adjust his microphone at the perfect time. That was a wonderful timing on that mic.
No one but you noticed.
Nope. Nobody else noticed.
The only other person that maybe noticed was Nick Soup and Salad.
But Nicky Soup and Salad's probably not here. He's probably drinking beer in a garage.
You're the only two who care about that crap.
I think I'm starting to like Cincinnati.
Do you like the new drop for Nicky Soup and Salad? I mean, I say new, it's relatively speaking, but the new drop or the old drop, which is that one?
The Sausage King of Chicago.
Oh, which one is better?
For sure.
I mean, old is better, right?
Yeah.
He was Nicky Soup and Sausage.
It's fair to say, for God's sake, the Pope's from the Pope was probably alive and in Chicago when they filmed Ferris Bueller, by the way.
Oh, for sure.
Isn't that a crazy thought? The Pope could be in the background of Ferris Bueller somewhere.
He probably was. Well,
Wrigley Field.
They went to a Cubs game, and we've established the Pope is a White Sox fan.
Yeah, he's White Sox.
Yeah. Which, by the way, is there a chance the Pope is pissed? Is there a pissed
About
Pope
what?
right now about the fact the Chicago Fire snaked that spot for a stadium from the White Sox?
I didn't know it was from the White Sox. I just seen the renderings. That's all I know. I don't know much about it other than that.
The White Sox were apparently.
I think a Chicago White Sox fan is used to disappointment.
Well, that's mean, and I don't think you should say things like that because people just get mad at you. And then we lose Chicago. Like we can't
doing the Revolution fans.
We can't afford to lose Chicago, Jared. Like if we want to get to 270 electoral college votes, we need Chicago. That's what I'm saying here. Yeah. By the way, I know this is not the topic of tonight's show. We're talking Gold Cup. We're talking
hell of a rendering.
Team. It's not even a rendering. It's an artist sketch or it's an architect's. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like this is if you wore underpants, you would need new underpants after this. Probably
that is the stadium that Chicago deserves.
It is.
I mean,
amazing.
It's almost. I mean, for the art history geek in me, it's almost like the Medici Palace in Florence in terms of like the weight of it as it goes up and the texture changes as it goes up. That's beautiful.
There's the detail is minimal. It's black and white. It's it's pencil and whatever we're talking, whatever medium we're using here. Okay, but this is what I'm saying. So shout out to my man Nick. By the way, Nick is my guy. Nick is my guy. Nate is in the chat tonight. Nate is in the chat for every morning kick around. I believe.
So your guy, you got his name wrong.
I believe. I'm going to apologize profusely to my man Nate. Nate is in the chat for this show. He's in the chat for Morning Kick Around. He's a member of Morning Kick Around. He's paid a little bit of money to be a member of that show, that channel. So shout out to Nate. Anyway, this is exactly it, right? So Old Soldier Field, before they put the spaceship on top, was like this kind of Romanesque column thing. Mm-hmm. And it feels, I don't see columns exactly, but I see that.
It's got the Art Deco kind of feel a bit to it as well. A little known fact, that building in the right side over there with the little balcony on it right there across the street on the right-hand side.
Yeah, I see that.
You can't tell from here, but if you blow it up, Portillo's.
Okay. What is that? What?
You know Portillo's?
No, I don't know Portillo's.
Have you never been to Chicago?
I've been to Chicago. I haven't been to Portillo's though.
Oh,
what are we talking about?
Yeah, it's a hot dog place. Man.
Oh,
that's where they famous in Chicago's place.
That's where they do
that. Get a chocolate shake milkshake.
The
cake milkshake.
Do all the caps go over there and get hot dogs in their cap cars?
Probably.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
But honestly, this is kind of what pisses me off about this rendering. U.S. soccer, or American soccer in general, has a history of fans coming up with better ideas than the people who have the money. How many great logos have we seen over the years that are better than the logos that people pick, like renderings for jerseys and stuff like that? This is just another one of those lines where there's no way we're getting this. First of all, there's no way that thing is cheap.
No, they're talking about 650 million or something like that. I think that's the number. Somebody more informed, like Jonathan.
I can't remember last time everyone agreed on something in American soccer. Everyone agrees that is amazing. And think about, juxtapose that with the proposed logo for Chicago Fire, 5 years ago, and like the stinker. I mean,
Yeah.
that is a house worthy of Berhalter.
Yes, right. Well,
Sebastian.
we'll see. Well, okay. Well, he's playing in Canada, right? But no, okay, this is not what we were intended to talk about tonight. But shout out to Chicago if they're going to get that thing done, because that thing is a beaut. That thing is that. You know what? That is a stadium good enough for Clark W. Griswold, probably the most famous Chicago resident I can think of. Who else?
Man. Oh man, I mean, you could go. Was it John Candy and Playing Trains and Automobile? Isn't that where he's from?
I guess we could say the McAllister family. I'm not sure exactly.
Ferris Bueller. We just talked about it.
Yeah, you're right. It does come up.
Anything from the John Hughes universe.
Pretty much, it is John Hughes. It is John Hughes that gets
Michael Jordan, even though he's not from there, but
no, he's not from there. And also I'm kind of staying fictional because it's funner.
Oh,
It's more fun that way to be fictional. Obviously the Blues Brothers, Jake and Elwood Blues. They probably deserve a mention. Gotta show that movie to my. I don't think
Tommy Boy's from there.
Tommy Boy does not take place. It takes place in Ohio. No, it's Ohio.
But isn't he from Chicago though?
No, they go to Chicago to meet with Dan Aykroyd's character, the Auto Parts King, because his headquarters is in Chicago. But they're not. They're from Ohio, and I can't remember. Sandusky? Is it Sandusky? Did I just nail that? I think I just nailed that off the top of my head. Tommy Boy, Sandusky, Ohio.
Oh, Jason in the chat confirms.
See, look at that, confirmed. Sandusky, Ohio, because of course Jason from Ohio would know about Ohio. And I don't think that's a town in Russia. Sandusky with an I is a different place. That's a completely, you get sent to Sandusky with an I if you upset the current ruling regime of Russia. That's where they send you, to Sandusky with an I. Okay. We're here. We are on Gold Cup Eve, I guess, essentially, although we've got friendlies. Well, okay.
Months.
We don't have months. We have, what I mean is we've got a finalized roster. Came out today. It is not exactly what we were hoping for. Is it womp womp? Okay, it can't be more womp.
It's Shadow Squad is what it is.
Well, that is, if I had the Shadow Squad drop, I would totally play it, but I don't have it because I wasn't prepared for Shadow Squad. But it is 100%. It feels Shadow Squad. Let's go through this.
There's only one player that's not Shadow Squad on here.
Okay, you give me yes or no on Shadow Squad as I go through this. Okay?
Get the dinger ready. We're about to wear it out.
I don't even have the buzzer. So Chris Brady, Shadow Squad.
Shadow Squad.
Shadow Squad. Matt, the ding actually doesn't work for Shadow Squad. It should be like brum 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 or something.
Yeah.
Matt Freese, New York City FC.
Shadow Squad.
Shadow Squad. Matt Turner, not Shadow Squad.
No.
Defenders, Max Arfston, Shadow Squad.
The double S, baby.
Okay.
Wait, I gotta be careful with that.
Alex Freeman is like junior Shadow Squad.
No, Shadow Squad. Shadow Squad reserves.
That's what I'm saying. He's reserves for the Shadow Squad. Like he doesn't make the Shadow Squad game day roster most of the time. He would be with the reserves. Nathan Harriel, new addition.
Shadow Squad. I don't know who he is.
He's a Philadelphia Union player. That's all you need to know. Mark McKenzie, not Shadow Squad.
Not Shadow Squad, but I mean, also not penciled in starter, So not Shadow Squad. Not Shadow Squad.
No. But he is a backup center back for the first team. He's not Shadow Squad.
Yeah.
Tim Ream, not Shadow Squad. Chris Richards, not Shadow Squad. Miles is kind of close to Shadow Squad at this point, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna give him a no though. I think no Shadow Squad.
John Tolkien,
Shadow Squad.
Actually, that John Tolkien might be. Is there a different Shadows? Because I don't know if he believes in shadows. This is my concern.
I mean, with the Earth being flat, it's hard to judge.
He might not. He might think that shadows are fake, that they're conspiracy. Kind of like that guy who says that birds are fake. That guy.
Oh yeah, they're all robots.
John Tolkien says shadows are fake. I actually saw him post. He posted online somewhere that shadows are fake. So John Tolkien, maybe not Shadow Squad, but Shadow Squad. Walker Zimmerman back in the team.
Man, that is the most cusp Shadow Squad player, I think. I'm gonna say Shadow Squad for Walker Zimmerman at this point.
Walker Zimmerman went Daylight Squad, back to Shadow Squad, back to Daylight Squad, probably back to Shadow Squad now.
Yep.
Yeah. Midfielders, Brendan Aronson.
I'm gonna say no. He's not Shadow Squad. I mean, the guy's he's been a mainstay for the national team.
Tyler Adams, not Shadow
The
Squad.
most un-Shadow Squad person in this lineup.
Absolutely. It almost feels like Tyler Adams is the ringer. Like he's the pro that comes to the golf, that like the local golf tournament. Like that guy used to play on the on the like the Nike tour or something, and he comes in and he shoots 70 and just crushes the field.
Oh, it's when Kobe Bryant used to show up at the UCLA pickup game in the offseason.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. I think it does feel like that. Sebastian Berhalter, 100% Shadow Squad.
Shadow Squad, but the captain of the Shadow Squad, perhaps.
Maybe the captain. Well, he also might be like the son of the former king who established the Shadows. I mean, there's like some Lord of the Rings stuff happening there. Johnny Cardoso, not Shadow
Squad. No, and
by the way,
potentially linked to Atletico Madrid or maybe for real now. This, according to I think it's Fabrizio Romano, they've agreed to terms between the player.
Yeah, he's got a deal done with the team on his contract. They got to work out the fee. Luca Della Torre, now Shadow Squad, wasn't Shadow Squad, but probably
I
is
think
now.
Shadow Squad now. Yeah,
I know. Okay, Diego Luna.
Not Shadow Squad, I don't think.
No, you don't think so?
I mean, I think he's just coming into the main team at this point. Because if every single person was available, would Diego Luna still be on this roster?
Meaning like Reno was available and
23 men. Would he make it?
I don't think so.
I think he would. That's why I'm saying no Shadow Squad there. Because I think you could argue he would be on the roster.
We might have a difference of opinion on that one. Jack McGlynn is 100% Shadow Squad.
Shadow Squad.
Rick Sullivan, this is all Philadelphia Union Academy product. Shadow Squad. In fact, the Shadow Squad is basically Philly products at this point.
Yeah.
Malik Tillman is like 1 foot in the Shadow Squad, 1 foot.
Yeah, he's on the equator.
All right.
JTT says you're crazy. He says Diego Luna would make it.
No, he doesn't. He didn't. Did that say that he says I'm crazy? Stop.
I mean, it's implied.
Stop clicking the thing when I'm clicking the thing. That's what I'm going to tell you to do, not to do the thing.
Click the thing. Is that JTT?
OMFPG13, it's JTT!
Who? So JTT says yes. He would indeed make it. He did not say that. Why do you want to put words in the man's mouth? All right.
Implied.
Let's see. What else?
Here's the Shadow Squad line right here.
What's the?
You didn't finish the forwards out.
I did not. Okay. Paxton Aronson. That is
Shadow Squad.
That is Shadow Squad. I gotta click other stuff. Okay. Shadow Squad. Patrick Agyemang is Shadow Squad. I mean,
like Diego Luna, you could make the case that maybe he'd be on the 23-man roster.
He might be, but that's more due to
I think Luna's closer than he is, and because you're talking about if Balogun was available, if Sargent was available, if Pepe was available. I don't know.
Yeah, if he was, if those guys were available, it'd be very questionable whether Patrick Agyemang was on this team. So I think he has to be Shadow Squad at this point. And then that leads us to Damian Downs. Damian Downs can't be Shadow Squad because we haven't seen him yet.
Well, that's the same thing for a bunch of these guys.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Nathan Harrell and all that stuff. Okay,
Chris Sullivan, 0 caps.
How do you say
Sebastian Berhalter, 0 caps?
Shadow Squad in German. Anybody know?
Shadow Squad. I think they had a different kind of SS. We got to stay away from that.
No, oh my God, that is wildly inappropriate.
I'm just telling you, it sounds like you don't know much about German history.
Neither does Donald Trump. Brian White, Vancouver Whitecaps. That he is Shadow Squad as much as I like him. He's Shadow Squad.
Oh, that's tough, man. Okay, I'll give it to you. Yeah,
he is. He's Shadow Squad.
But Haji Wright is not, correct?
Haji Wright is not Shadow Squad. Even though I shouldn't have hit the ding. Even though I don't know that he's.
I'm not sure to know if Tom Opp is being serious enough. But he says Schattenkade.
Hold on, you're gonna really doubt Tom Opp, the world traveler, the man who knows everything?
I would trust him to where to get like Cocos Frios in Mexico City. I don't know about Germany.
You know what he was giving us real knowledge about today?
What's up?
Was the Montezuma's revenge and the whole gastrointestinal
right at Knott's Berry Farm?
Because he obviously he spent a lot of time in Mexico, and Vancouver Whitecaps fell on their faces down in Mexico City, and then apparently all got very, lots of fluids were coming out of their body rapidly. Oof. And now there's a lot of talk about all of that. So, all right. So yeah, the story today is that Serginho Dest got cut from this team. Obviously, we knew Patrick Schulte got taken out of the goalkeeper list when we thought it was going to be a goalkeeper who would get cut. So that took care of itself.
As well as Zach Steffen, last second injury.
And Zach Steffen too, right? So Schulte and Steffen, which brought in Chris Brady. He's the one that got added to the team. Of course, Harriel gets added. Balogun's out. Dest is out. What is in it for us at this point, Jared? What is in it?
To see how good Diego Luna can play by himself. I'm excited. I'm excited about some things. I would love to see a midfield that has Adams, Luna, Sebastian Berhalter. That's a good 3 for me in there. I'd like to see what that 3 could do together. That's fun. I don't know if I'll get it. I mean, I'm trying to treat the Gold Cup as, hey, let's have some fun. Let's see what a bunch of guys. It's a glorified camp cupcake. You know, that's what this is. It's camp souffle. It's a little bit classier than a cupcake.
Oh my God, camp souffle! Wow. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Is there any of the fondant on this, or is it all real?
Camp croissant.
Camp croissant.
Mm.
No, I mean I don't like
there's
that.
layers like a croissant.
No, but that's flake. It's flaky. You're saying it's flaky like a croissant?
Roster?
You saying this roster is flaky?
You don't think that roster is flaky?
Yeah, pretty flaky. Are you okay? Let's start before we even get to the Gold Cup. And I think people rightfully have suggested that Saudi Arabia could be a problem at the Gold Cup. Right? I think you still get out of the group.
Politically, or are they bringing the plane with them and just leaving it here?
That's a good question. Yeah, that was good. That was good. You are getting your Gulf states mixed up.
My bad.
Your Gulf states that put money in the pocket of people that run the government in the United States of America.
Luckily, they wouldn't do that like at a World Cup or anything.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past the Saudis to have a gold plane that they fly here for the Gold Cup. And by the way, this is all happening. Look, I'm sure lots of people would love for us not to be talking about the political moment right now. Today is the weirdest day in a long time, in a very weird time. But the fact that he also just instituted another travel ban and several World Cup countries are on said travel ban.
Yeah.
My God, man, what are we doing here? Like,
this is going to be tough.
This is wild.
Wrong year to open it up to a bunch more countries.
Yeah. I mean, it is. I don't want to unpack that because I'm not emotionally ready, even if I kind of do know what's going on. So let's talk about this. You know, when Pulisic begged off, we all kind of rationalized this thing about he needs a break. He's a fragile-ish player, and it'd be better if he's ready for 2026. So let him have a break. We knew that McKennie and Weah weren't going to be there, and Reyna, because Johnny Infantino's got to have his giant circle thing with
it's selling like hotcakes. I don't know if you heard.
My God, man. I was asked, not for money, just to go and get a press, but I was asked to cover one of the games that's coming to DC. I think Juve, I can't remember if Juve's going to be here, but there's one game, it's Al Ain and Al Wydad or something like that.
Okay.
Nobody's going. I'm not going to go out there with my press pass.
They have milked the golden calf to the point where there's nothing left. America has no more money to spend, especially if you're going to ask them to do it again next year for the World Cup. It's too much. I think we've gone too far in terms of how much we can tap the purse of America. Like, it's unfortunate too, because I would love to have the number 1 and number 2 World Cups. You know, I mean, if you adjust it for inflation, but I would love to have that.
Wait, inflation of people? Is that you're saying inflation of people or numbers of people?
I mean, U.S. was both the most attended, and didn't it make them the most?
It probably did make the most money. You're right. You're saying adjusted for inflation, the most. I don't give a goddamn shit about putting money in FIFA's pocket. I do want the World Cup to be successful. This is the mental gymnastics that we all have to do. It's this thing about we want the game to grow in the United States, and if the World Cup is successful, that can help the game grow in the United States. So we want the World Cup to have a lot of people in the building watching the games, but we don't want to put money in FIFA's pocket. We certainly don't want FIFA gouging American soccer fans with their ticket prices. And I don't know, maybe this tournament falling flat in some regards is going to help spur FIFA to change the ticket prices for next year. I mean,
what is it all for in the end? You're playing these players this many more games, extending into the offseason, all the infrastructure, the money being spent, the optics of it. No one's excited. I just don't see what it's all for in the end. You know, it's just a bridge too far.
It is. It is. No, it's wild. Okay. This is where we're at. I'm going to bring up a lineup builder. This one is of FOTMOB
Ooh.
vintage, if you are interested in where this is coming from. Do I need to zoom in or can everybody see? Can you see? I feel like I'm presenting.
Put a name in there and we'll see. Put Turner in the goalie. Let's see.
Let me make it like that. That's a little bit bigger. Everybody can see that. Look, this is what happens. So it says pre-fill with popular teams. What happens when I pre-fill with USA? Look at those. Look at that team. Look at that team, Jared.
PJ Jazzy Jones and Aaron Long are starting.
Yes, Brian
James
Reynolds,
Stans.
Gianluca Busio.
This is Shadow Squad right here. Like if you ask AI to build a Shadow Squad,
yeah. This is not who we
Turner's
expect
the
to
only
be.
starter.
Turner's the only one that's in this actual roster, right? Am I wrong about that? Yeah.
No, Miles.
No,
Robinson.
Miles is there. Miles. So there are 2 out of 11 that are in this actual roster. By the way, Aaron Long is still a damn good soccer player, but I don't want to get into it right now. We don't have to.
Yeah, I think he's a good positional defender. I don't think he's as athletic as he used to be. I mean, he's had some injuries over the years.
Yeah, I guess. I think that's all perception more than anything else. But it's okay. Let's.
To be honest, how much better was Chad Marshall than Aaron Long? I don't know. I think they're fairly comparable. You know, I don't know. For MLS defenders.
Yeah, well, Chad Marshall didn't get a lot of national team looks, right? Yeah, that's your point. Okay, I see what you're saying. All right, you're gonna have to pull up the roster somewhere because we need to source this.
You should tell me ahead of time.
And look, we can ask the chat. This is what the chat is for. Shout out to everybody who's hanging out with us on this Thursday. You're our best soccer show heroes, every single one of you. Even if you're not in the best soccer show Patreon and then Slack and the community, you're a bestie. Although if you do sign up for the Patreon, you get extra bonus stuff. We get. I did not tell Jared this. I threw it up there in the chat. If I mean, it's a really tough number to hit when we don't have that many people watching. But I put like 10 super chats. If we get there, maybe we do a little bonus episode tonight after this. If not, no big deal. Patreon.com/thebestsoccershow. Jared probably has things going on. Go check out the Patreon, sign up, get access to the Bestie Slack, get access to the Daily Davis, get access to whatever else we pump out there, including bonus shows occasionally, a whole backlog of bonus shows that include people that you might remember or maybe not, like that guy.
The Sausage King of Chicago.
The Sausage King. Actually, it's been a while too, and I don't think she's with us this evening, right?
Morgan has done it.
Morgan
she's covering TST right now, so I'm not sure.
Is she? Oh, she's like hanging out with Pat McAfee and who else?
Probably Ben Hooper, because the Bumpy Pitch is on fire right now.
Oh, do they have a team? I didn't know Bumpy Pitch had a team. Shout out to Ben.
Men's and women.
Ben is good peoples. I should hit up Ben Hooper. I haven't talked to Ben Hooper in a while. Okay. All right, let's do this. You got the roster in front of you?
Got it.
Okay. It says enter lineup name. Do we want a lineup name? Do we want to put this
Shadow Squad?
Let's call it Shadow Squad. Let's just do that. Shadow. It needs to be all caps. Shadow Squad is an all caps situation. All right, Shadow Squad. All right, give me a. You want to start at the back?
Appreciate that, Tom.
Matt Turner. Thank you, Tom, very much. Matt Turner is our guy. He's in goal. Any reason to think that Matt Freese or Chris Brady?
We don't even have to talk about it. There's no other than Matt Turner stubbing his toe on game day.
Let's also be clear that what we're doing here, I think, is putting. And I'm going to spell this wrong. Probably is that how you spell it?
Just spell it like the lunch meat.
No, I don't want to. They want to spell it I'm not going to call you.
I blame Kanye.
You get mad when I call you Eric, so I'm going to not call them.
I blamed Kanye. Everyone's putting Ye at the end of their name now.
Was that joke like a good joke in 2010? Is that when that was a good joke back in?
No.
Why didn't you say Beyonce? I would have accepted Beyonce. Beyonce. Oh, yeah, I guess that's true. All right. Anyway, let's go on. Let's move on. I got my syllables wrong. Matt Turner in goal. Give me your back line. You want to start at left back?
Oh, man.
Who's the left back?
Left back.
No Sergio Dest. No.
I guess it's Max Arston. I'm thinking that's what it's going to be out there.
Look, there he is right there.
Pochettino has had a tendency to want to see him over there. John Tolkien could get a shout, but I think Pochettino's familiarity with Arston is what's going to put him over the top.
I think it is Arston 100%. I actually like Max Arston, and I've heard there's word out there that they had an offer for him, and that Columbus was like, no, thank you. We want to keep our guy.
We already sold everyone else in the offseason.
He's worth more than you're offering, and I'm gonna have to. In fact, why don't I just source it right now so we can bring it into the show proper and do it. Toulouse, which is, by the way, is that where Mark McKenzie is playing? I think that's right.
I think so.
Is that Toulouse? According to Tom Bogert, Columbus turned down an offer from Toulouse for Max Arfston. I do not see a number. It's just turned down an offer. It could have been $1 million.
Speaking of French in the
euros.
national team, isn't Matt Turner now rumored with Lyon?
I did not know that. That would be better if he's going to play. I don't know what the Lyon goalkeeper situation looks like at the moment. But okay, so Max Arfston at left back. Who else? Let's go to center back.
I think Tim Ream's going to have that job for this. I can't see really any reason not to.
Okay, so this spot is for Chris Richards.
Yeah.
Okay, Chris Richards is the obvious choice. I think it's possible that Miles will get some time in this tournament, significant time. And Mark McKenzie actually probably ahead of Miles. I guess it depends on what you're doing exactly and who you're playing.
Here's the thing. I think potentially you see Miles Robinson at right back. I mean, it's going to be a diminishing returns no matter who you put it right back.
I think right now, by default, it's the guy at the top of the list and the suggested from FOTMob, and it's Alex Freeman, is it not? I mean, Harriel comes in. I don't know.
FOTMob has Reynolds. Oh, sorry. I said Reynolds. I thought you see right there. I thought you were talking about behind when it said Reynolds.
No, I'm talking about Alex Freeman, who has no caps, is not an established U.S. international, is not a guy that Pochettino's had any time with, but it feels like he's the last man standing.
So
when it comes
off the
to right
streets
back.
and into the starting lineup is what you're saying.
I mean, he's done well in MLS. I mean, this is the thing. Like I again, I'm going to mention morning kick around. We were doing we did a segment on the changes to the roster, and for the thumbnail that I put up on YouTube, it's Mauricio Pochettino, and I got a sheet of paper. Christian Pulisic scratched out, Weston McKennie scratched out. It didn't even this is before Serginho Dest was eliminated, but it was like all these names scratched out. And at the bottom, I just put some MLS guys because that's where we're at. We're at some MLS. As much as people like Alex Freeman and what he's doing in Orlando this season, he right now, until proven otherwise, is some MLS guy. That's what he is.
What about this? I know you have this in a 4-3-3. I see a good 3-man back line here.
You always do this. You always dream your way into a 3-man back line that he is not going to play.
We've played 3-man back lines. He literally did it with. What do you mean when Miles Robinson was playing in the midfield? Remember, I mean, when Jedi Robinson was playing in the midfield. Remember that? That was a 3-man back line.
That's in possession. You want to set it up that way, you can. I'm sure. I mean,
I hate that people talk in possession. Like, just it's a 3-man back line. Like what? Like, just like a 4-man back line you just right now. Sometimes that's going to be 3 as well.
So in this case, because Arfston is 100% a wingback.
I think you bring Mark McKenzie in over Freeman.
All right, we'll do it your way. We'll do it your way,
and I would put Tim Ream in the middle.
Okay, sure, that makes sense. I mean, there you go. I mean, especially okay. All right,
and here's the lineup I would do as well. Let me see your drop down of lineups, formations, because what I actually want to see is a 3-2-2-3.
A what?
3-2-2-3. Is that in there? Is that
3-2-2-3? I do not see a 3-3-2-2, a 2-3-2-3.
No, because here's what I think: with 3-man back line, 2 holding midfielders in front, and then 2 in front, 2 wider in front of that, and 3 men up front.
Okay,
so think 3-4-3 basically. But
I'm going to go with 3-4-3. And if you want to imagine,
but it's 2 holding midfielders in front, so that would put Cardoso and Tyler Adams.
Wait a second. You want to play Cardoso and Adams together?
Yeah, you could do that because you're going to play 3-man back line. You don't really have good. Look at the defense, dude. There's no defense on these. It's all center backs.
Right, obviously. So okay, and so in this case, we got wing backs in here. We're still going with Alex Freeman because we don't have any other options, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not playing wing backs. Fuck that. I told you it's 2 holding midfielders that'll help cover the wings when necessary. And then 2 offensive midfielders in front of that, which would be Luna and maybe Brendan Aronson.
This is insanity. Where's your width coming from exactly?
Oh, I'm not playing any width.
Well, then this isn't going to work.
There's no wingers.
There's no
good fullbacks either. Max Arfston's the only decent fullback.
Okay. Oh man! All right, I'm gonna do it your way.
You build what you want, and then
no. I asked you, so I'm gonna build it your way. We're gonna go with this. So instead of
unfortunately, mine visually can't be done because I can't get it the way I want.
I just don't. I'm gonna do it this way. This is as close as we're gonna get. All right.
Yeah,
Imagine
that's as
these
close
two
you're gonna get,
players.
yeah.
Imagine these two players as
Yep.
forwards, which if
Yep.
they could be playing here, it depends again. How
Wait, what Adams is that? That's not Tyler Adams. Who is that?
I know. I was typing and you were talking and it got all very confusing. All right. So there's Tyler Adams right there. This one is going to be, you want this to be Diego Luna.
Yep.
Right. There's a lot of Diegos in the world. There's Diego Luna. You want this one to be who?
Going back and forth on this.
Is it Luca? Luca's more of a deep line player.
Let's leave that for right now. Leave that open right now.
It could be Malik Tillman.
Bring Cardoso where the Freeman spot is.
Okay. And then this out on the wing.
Tillman. I like the idea of Tillman there. And I would put Haji Wright maybe out there.
Man, this is wild. This has a 0% chance of happening, but I'm going to go with your experiment because I like the
left-hand side, maybe Jack McGlynn. What are you thinking on that left side over there?
That I will
maybe Brendan Aronson.
McGlynn has absolutely been identified as a wide player. I know Quinn Sullivan has been identified as a wide player. McGlynn plays more
mid central.
Yeah. So
is Brendan Aronson a better option there?
Man, in this team, he might be. I think he's more likely to start at this point, although I don't know. And then that would leave us with
Brian White.
You're doing okay. So not Ajamong, not Damian Downs. Damian Downs is about.
I think you want a fox in the box with this.
Okay. Can I get the chat to tell me how you feel about what Jared just put together? I mean, again, forget whether or not it's possible under Pochettino. Do you think this would work? Do you think this would have any?
Nothing's gonna work. You've seen the roster. Nothing's gonna work.
Well, okay. Are you just throwing your hands up and punting on the entire tournament?
We brought a right back that's never played for the national team, and that's our only option.
Glowing. Jackie says it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Jason says it's crazy train, which I think is probably more where I'm at. And then Jonathan Tannenwald votes no. Okay, I'm gonna go.
All right, then I challenge you to make one yourself. Then it is gonna be boring as hell.
It is. Oh, it is. You're right. It's gonna be more boring than what you've just put together, but more possible. And I get your dream here, but I think we have to kind of go like if we're gonna imagine
we're on a free roll. Like literally nothing matters. Literally nothing matters.
Well, you don't want to embarrass yourself. That's the problem.
We embarrassed ourselves when we announced this roster.
I don't think it's not that bad. It's still
come on, Jason. We have Matt Freese and Chris Brady on this roster.
Okay. By the way, Rawzilla the Thriller says 4-3-1-2. And as much as I would love for that to be
I want you to pick a lineup. Don't go off what they say, then you can hide.
I'm engaging with our listeners.
Engage with me,
Jared. That's how he sweet talks me. You guys don't even know. That's what he says to me. All right. All right. Turner in goal. This is the back line I would expect to see. Again, Freeman is not ideal. It's really boring. Now, again, if you want to imagine it, let's again, both of these players
go with what you want to do. Go what you want to do.
No, both of these players, Freeman and Arston, can get up the field. So I will do this because I do think that this is something I would rather see. This is what I would rather see.
Didn't you just tell me I was stupid for doing a 3-man back line? When does Pochettino ever do it?
Now we're in the land of make believe. We're not in the real world. We're in the and again, it's not even that. It's not that they will. So, first of all, formation notation is bullshit. A lot of the time, can we agree on that? You're the one that was just bitching about in possession, out of possession.
Yep.
Formation notation is bullshit because, as you said, when Jedi Robinson was playing on the left and we were playing,
literally in this position on kickoff.
If you got Joe Scally on the right and Jedi Robinson on the left, they're not playing the same way. You'd be an idiot to let them play the same way or have them do the same things. Of course not. You're going to unbalance the field. You're going to have Jedi pushed higher. You're going to play Joe Scally as a third center back.
Fucking put Chris Brady at center back.
Okay, we're not. Okay. Now are you high? What? It's legal out there, right? You're like you got the good stuff. You got the good stuff. Okay. Again, let me.
Okay.
Freeman, Arfston. I would say Adams is still in there ahead of Adams. I'm going to put playing with Adams, but obviously ahead of Adams. I'm going to play Diego Luna.
So you're playing a diamond in the midfield.
I'm playing a diamond in the midfield, but I don't think it's. Well, I guess you could view it that. I don't know how this works because you're going to get outnumbered in midfield probably in this system. If I'm playing a 3-5, 3.
But that's why you put Brendan Anderson in that front line, because he can come back and fill into that midfield.
Yeah, I mean it's probably.
I think when they're
something like
resting,
this.
I think Aronson is in that midfield.
It's probably more like. I don't know if I want.
You got
White
Hadji
in
right
there.
in the midfield right now.
I know. I'm not. I'm taking him out. He's
Maybe
not.
do
He's
the
not
De La
gonna,
Torre right there.
he's not going to
so that
stick
can
in there.
Facilitate the ball.
I'm not sure that Aronson's the right. So Adams would be in the middle here.
I would say De La Torre or Cardoso or Berhalter there.
Yeah, I think I can see Luca De La Torre here. Cardoso, as much as he's obviously getting a lot of love, and there's a chance of this move to Atleti and all this stuff.
It literally looks like this lineup is flipping us off, which is how I feel. It's pretty accurate right now.
This is a big middle finger right now. This is a big
either
F you.
that or it's a big crucifix because we're praying at this point.
I mean, I can't see this. I can't see this as the 3-5-2. I can't see it as a 3-5-2. But this,
if it is, then Aronson is sitting and Hadji Wright's going where Luna is, and Luna's coming into where Aronson is.
Yeah,
Aronson has to be a sacrificial lamb if you go with this.
Yeah, this is probably something like that, maybe.
Down.
I mean, you get speed with Downs. You get Fox in the box. You get short.
By the way, I'm sure this is playing off great for just people that are listening on a podcast.
We are doing a lot of visuals. I'll do my best to make sure everybody in the pod. Why do you do that? Why do you do that? We're just having fun. We're just enjoying ourselves.
Why do you not care about people that are listening in their car?
I do. If you're in your car right now, please.
You like them so much you made a formation that was flipping them off.
Pull over right now and pull up the YouTube video so you can see all of the formation. I mean, you started.
Antonio is saying Johnny needs to start. Does he need to start? If you have Tyler Adams, I know I put them both in. That's because I was playing a 3-man back line with no freaking wing backs. Because I was being super conservative.
Look, Tyler Adams is on a different level as a defensive midfielder than anybody in this group. That doesn't mean Johnny's not good, but I don't know that you need. It depends on the situation you're in. If we're playing two holders, then play Johnny next to Tyler. Let Johnny be a little higher up the field, I guess. Or Tyler's just Tyler's gonna do his thing. He's gonna be everywhere. Man, I don't know. It's really difficult.
I do like the idea of Luca De La Torre somewhere because he's a passing merchant.
He's a passing guy. Yeah, he moves the ball, right?
He's going to get the ball to Diego Luna in good positions.
Tyler doesn't move the ball as well as you would like.
What we don't have here is someone who's going to advance the ball at feet, like the way like a Musa does or something like that. Where you don't have someone that's going to pick the ball up in the defensive third and advance it across the half line and into the attacking third.
But I don't know that that's the thing. Well, I guess you do kind of like sometimes you need that. If you turn this,
I don't know if that player's on this is in this roster either, though. I don't see that.
So this, hold on. If we do this, I don't think this is Luca here necessarily. Could be Luca the passer. Could be.
And they're staggered slightly where Adams plays slightly behind him.
We got Arston. I don't know about that. This is probably Malik Tillman. That's probably who this is. And then it can be Brian White up top. I'd be fine with that. You're going to get these guys.
You've got those wingbacks so high.
Yeah, but if you're going to play wingbacks, play them high. Why not play them high? I mean, you're going to ask Tyler to drop in, right? So you're going to end up with 4 defenders, no matter what the situation, because Tyler's going to drop in. And then Luca plays ahead of him. Luca's the facilitator. You're asking Malik Tillman to be the guy who picks the ball up in midfield. Maybe Diego's dropping in, but you want him close to goal. And this is the thing about Diego Luna. As much as we think of him as a creator, and you're talking about getting the ball to Diego Luna, he's not an assist guy in Major League Soccer. I may have mentioned this on the last show.
He actually has a lot of goals, which
he's
is
a
odd.
Goal scorer in Major League Soccer right now. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know how that.
It's very similar to those couple of seasons where Bradley got to the box late on stuff.
Did I unintentionally channel Steve Sampson? Did I unintentionally do that?
No, that's a 6-3-1.
Oh, that was a 6-3-1, not a 3-6-1. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I want to make sure I didn't actually accidentally do that. What we don't have here is someone who will block a shot, complete a pass, score, etc.
Heartbeat.
We don't have soccer players, Nate? Is that what you're saying in this situation? Man,
I
I
mean,
don't know.
Pochettino has an interesting thing cut out for him because literally, I bet you if you took, let's say you took the 50 best journalists in America, soccer journalists in America,
Sorry, I didn't
and
mean
had
to.
all of them make up starting 11.
Yeah.
How many do you think would be right?
One.
Yeah,
One.
maybe.
Yeah,
maybe,
maybe one.
dude.
Okay, here's what I want you to do before we move on, because I know you've got a thing we want to do, but which is not necessarily Gold Cup related. And by the way, I am trepidatious about Turkey. Turkey's a good team. Turkey can kick the ball around.
Turkiye?
So, Turkiye, sorry, excuse me. Turkey is a good team. I'm hoping we put in a good effort and we keep it tight. And maybe if we lose 2-1, I can be okay with that. That's coming up Saturday. Like, you ready for it? You ready for that?
I mean, the only thing I'm happy is they're not going to have what's his name from Juventus because he's going to be in the Club World Cup as well.
Uh-huh.
Yildiz.
Yildiz, yeah. So let me ask you to make the worst possible lineup, the lineup you don't want to see.
Oh, I thought I already did that.
Oh, is that what you did? I thought you were doing what you want to see. You were being all creative.
No. I mean, the worst. I was like putting people out of position, or are you just saying within the positional?
Within the positions you would expect them to play, what is the lineup that we would be like like the most surprising possible, not worst, the most surprising possible lineup? And you tell, like, formation is definitely a question. Like, I have no idea.
I think the most surprising thing with how many Union and former Union players are here?
Let's go with the typical Pochettino lineup, or formation lineup, which is a 4-3.
3. Hold on, I'm doing something. 4.
Oh, you want to do all Union
5.
players? Let's do all Union players.
You can get 5 current or former. No, 6. Wasn't Mark McKenzie there as well? 6.
Yes.
You can get 6 former or current Philadelphia Unions on the field at the same time. Am I missing a new one? Because you have McKenzie, you have Harriel.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, so Nathan Harriel is 1. Mark McKenzie is 2. Brendan Aronson is 3. Jack McGlynn is 4. Quinn Sullivan is 5. Paxton Aronson is 6. It's 6. You can
It's
get
6.
6.
So there's a lot. There's 6 locks right there.
Yeah. You want to put those all in because what? The Union are terrible?
No, I just feel it could be interesting to see what we always hear how good they're.
Jackie has bad news for you.
Why is he with Turkey?
Is with Turkey. What do you mean? He is Turkey.
He's on Juventus.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe they gave him a special release or something.
That's interesting.
I had no
idea. Is he out of contract at the end of this season?
That would be weird. Yeah, I don't know. If that, we have to maybe verify that. We have to verify that information.
That's odd.
Yeah. Anyway, okay. For whatever. This is going to be
Union
tough.
plus 5. That's what I'm going to say.
They let him play because he asked. So does this mean now that Weston didn't ask and Tim didn't ask? What the hell is happening right now? What is going on? Wow.
I don't know. That's weird.
Michael just wants to name some guys. Donovan Pines, Henry Kessler, Jonathan Lewis, Jackson Ewell, Matthew Hoppy. That is a Camp Cupcake ass.
Are all those guys still playing? Is Henry Kessler still playing?
I don't know if where Donovan Pines is these days. Jackson Ewell is somewhere in MLS, right? Where is he right now?
Is he still San Jose?
No, he's not in San Jose anymore. No. Somebody tell me where Jackson Ewell's playing.
It feels like someplace like Atlanta or Charlotte would have picked him up. I don't know.
He is with the New England Revolution these days. Jackson Ewell.
So, but probably went back and forth for someone that Bruce Arena wanted from New England.
Yeah. By the way, Michael says they won the Gold Cup with that roster. Lewis, Ewell, Hoppy, Kessler, Pines. It tells you what you can do.
But they had heart and fight.
Oh, they don't have that? Okay.
No.
All right. So Yildiz is with the Turkish national team, who has a friendly with the U.S., and that's scary.
And you're putting Freeman up against him.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's test the kid. Let's see what he's got. All right. I don't want to do that anymore. I was going to ask you to make
it's just sad.
Let's not do that anymore. I want to move on. Let's do something fun.
Damn, dog, that's
the pros.
Let's do that. I mean, what we did Defcon last week. Do we do Defcon now after DEST is gone? Do we?
I mean, it doesn't change. I'm still at
Balagun?
2. I'm still at
No
2.
Balagun.
Go to Defcon 2.
You're at
I mean,
2?
one is we're firing the coach. What changed in the last week? Does make you want to fire the coach?
No, nothing. Nothing.
I mean, it's not his fault. Balagun's hurt. It's not his fault. Des couldn't pass a fitness test.
He did go on unfil. I don't know what the podcasts are called. I'm gonna sound really kind of like I'm gonna sound mean here. I don't want to sound mean. Like, I guess national team players can do podcasts if they want to. Like former national teamers. I guess
Why wouldn't we? It was a free country.
Do a podcast. Everybody gets a pod. We wouldn't be here if we didn't start a podcast in 2011 or whatever. You've got the Tim Howard, Landon Donovan podcast, and Mauricio Pochettino on their podcast. And he reaffirmed the messaging that playing for the national team is an honor and you got to treat it seriously and all those things. Even in the absence of Pulisic, even with all this stuff happening, it feels like U.S. Soccer is asking him to go out there and get that message across. These guys care. They really want to play. All of that. Now I hear Deuce is going to have a pod. Do you think we could get?
Oh, please tell me Eddie Johnson's going to co-host with him.
That'd be amazing. I would. So I am not enthusiastic about
That
more
is
national teamers.
Voted most likely for Jared to listen. A Clint Dempsey podcast.
It's probably going to be like Marisa Do or somebody with him, right? Is it?
Maybe. I guess you have to have someone that's going to be like
or DeMarcus Beasley. I don't know. Could be D&B. Right?
I kind of want to go off the rails though and be like Brick Shea.
I guess they're all working for different companies, though. So DeMarcus Beasley is working for the HBO thing, the Warner Media thing, right? Because he's doing national team games over there. Dempsey's with CBS. You've got Mauricio Do, I guess, is more of a freelancer, but I saw him on Fox today doing Nations League.
Gooch is with U.S. Soccer.
Well, Gooch is working. Yeah, that's different.
Well, these guys aren't working?
No, I mean, like
journalism isn't working?
He's not a media. Gooch is not in media. He's working for the federation. So my question is, like, who's the national teamer you really want a podcast from?
Clint Dempsey.
By the way, Breck Shea is on a podcast. Believe it or not, he is on a podcast. He's on
InfoWars?
So I was on YouTube and I got fed the CONCACAF, whatever Pat McAfee calls his TST team. It's got Jeff Cameron, Breck Shea, and somebody else. And I was like, what is going on? What is happening right now? I don't think I can do that. I don't think I can even like watch it ironically. I don't think I can. Is anybody
I could do it for Breck Shea. I couldn't watch Jeff Cameron. If it's a video podcast, I couldn't watch for his eyebrows.
So I'm watching the video. I don't have the audio on. I don't know what they're saying, but all I see is Jeff talking and Breck just sitting there, not saying a goddamn word, just sitting there. And I'm like, okay, that's not enough Breck Shea for me. I need more Breck. I need more Breck Shea. All right, let's finish out this show.
All right, you want to have some fun?
With Jared's fun thing.
So last week we did a blind ranking. I enjoyed it a lot. I thought it was fun.
This is like at the end. It's in the end of the school year. My kid's got like a week left. It's the end of the school year. You've done all the hard work. You've taken the tests. You've done the finals. And now the teacher's like, we're watching a movie. That's what we're doing right now. Let's go.
Okay. So I had fun doing the blind rankings last time. So I've come up with another one to do tonight that we're going to
blind rankings.
And in the future, you've actually have an idea as well, I think, to do one where I get to play. So I don't always have to be Wink Rodius. So I've got 10 things here that you're gonna have you rank, and these are the best American celebrations through the last 30 years or so. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a couple celebrations that have been done by Americans, and you're gonna tell me where you put them 1 to 10. Okay.
All right. Best celebration. Now, do
you have a couple that come to your mind right away? You don't have to say them, but do you have a couple that come to your mind right now?
Yes. And what I realized after last week's debacle, because who does a debacle? I did okay. I didn't do great. But after last week, I realized the game is guessing or having in my head what you might be bringing up later. That's the game. And I didn't realize last week I was just like, oh, that one, that feels like a this.
You still did pretty good. The Torsten Frings is the only thing that messed everything up.
The Torsten Frings?
Yeah, that was the first one I gave you, and you kind of put it too high.
Right.
So
You didn't really, you framed it as the the 2002 run. But go ahead.
JTT's
Sorry.
got one in mind. We'll see if it's included. Okay.
All right, let's
see.
go. Let's go.
All right. First one to rank.
Okay.
Alex Morgan sipped some tea at the World Cup.
Oh, that is a really strong opener. Oh my God.
Sipped some tea.
Oh my God.
Against
That is
England, I believe, correct?
Oh my God. Yes, against England. That's why she sipped the tea, because it was against friggin' England. And we were watching Downton Abbey, and she was like, I'm sipping some tea. God, that is strong. But
Hey,
also,
I'm gonna need you in the chat too right now too, because I don't want people to suggest other ones or anything like that.
in the very same tournament, there's another iconic celebration in that same tournament.
Oh, really?
I think so. Yeah. I'm
1 to
going
10.
to say
Alex Morgan sipped some tea.
I'm going to say 3. Oh, I'm going to
Number
say
3.
Number 3. All right.
All right. Let me make a note here. Jason puts that one at number 3. Next one up for you.
I can feel your judgment. I can feel it coming through.
This list more than last week is definitely preference. Where the last week had like gravity to certain things and stuff like that. This one is just like, what do you like? Because there's one I've put on here that probably no one else is putting on there, but I freaking love it. And so I'm putting it on here. But okay, next one up for you. Pulisic, Man in the Mirror.
Okay, so you're right. That's preference. Man, I loved that one.
It is preference. So much that you bought the shirt.
Yeah. I do. I don't know where that shirt is. I might have worn that too much. And I didn't do that thing that you should do, which is hang dry, especially a black t-shirt, hang dry your shirts because they fade real fast. Like I have a different one. Oh man, it might come up. Oh, God damn it. No, so many good ones.
Yeah.
5. I'm going to put that one. 6. I'm putting it 6.
Put that one at number 6. Oh, by the way, I messed up. I think I only have 9 here. So 1 through 9. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Somebody in the chat will suggest the 10th.
Yeah, if I see a good one in there, I'll throw it in. But right now I've got 1 through 9. Next one. This is going to be a deep cut.
Okay. All right.
Deep cut. Maybe not everyone knows what this is. I'm pretty sure you remember it.
Okay.
Clint Dempsey stops, drops, and rolls to put out the fire when he scores against the Chicago Fire in the playoffs.
Man, that is a long time ago.
That's a long time ago. Creative celebrations. And I told you, this is my selfish one I put on the list because I just love that he scored against the Fire and then stopped, dropped, and rolled to put it out.
Okay. But I think this is where you and I differ.
For sure.
That's 10. I'm 9. That's 9 for me. I'm putting in 9. Yeah. I mean, I understand you're talking about creativity.
But no shade there. I think that's perfectly fine.
I think I value moment more than I value creativity, but I get it. I do.
Okay. All right. Next one up.
Yeah.
U.S. versus Algeria dogpile.
See, again, moment, right? Like the moment.
Like what do you value moment? Do you value creativity? Like what do you like as the way you like to think of this, you know? There's no right or wrong answers here.
No. You're right. Because that moment had such big. Okay, and I just talked about this in my Daily Davis. By the way, anybody's watching the Daily Davis on the Patreon, you might have caught me like dumping out thoughts and emotions and stuff. This thing that we do as American soccer fans, where we need to be validated by other people caring about our teams and our sport. That moment was probably the most pure validation that we've ever gotten as soccer.
I think it was it was the first zeitgeist moment in American soccer, I think.
There you go. We all saw the video of the various celebrations happening around the country, and it went wild. And we did the rah rah USA thing in that moment more than
I was in a bar in Newport City, and the place erupted like casuals. Just,
but
amazing.
I think I know the most iconic moment, and I've always had that number 1 in my head. So what have I got? I'm gonna do that number 2.
You've used 3, 6, and 9 so far. All the multiples of 3.
Number 2. Number two.
Okay. Next one up. Brandy Chastain sports bra.
Number 1. The most iconic moment in American soccer history, bar none. Number 1. Okay. You can argue it happened before this really like big boost. I mean, obviously after the 94 Men's World Cup, before we kind of established U.S. women's leagues, obviously we tried twice and failed. But that everybody in America knows that picture and knows, like, you don't have to give context to
I
it.
would go. I mean, not just America, like that's global.
Yes,
you know?
I think Brandy Chastain is number one with a bullet.
All right, I can't disagree with that. I think there you could definitely make an easy case for that. Now, here's one that's going to pull on your heartstring.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Here we go.
Charlie Davies' stanky leg. Come on, that's special, baby. It's special.
Okay, here's the thing. I didn't like the stanky leg. I thought it was a bad celebration. I thought it was a bad celebration. I like.
Wait till you get to Pulisic's Trump dance. No, I don't.
I was on the. I wrote
on the
ride.
Christian Pulisic jerks off two guys. I don't know why I wrote that.
Whoa.
That's what it looked like. That's what I thought he did at first.
Whoa, no. But this is whoa.
That's what it looks like. He's like this.
You know, sometimes.
Tell me what that looks like.
Sometimes when I post a show, I have this moment of like, is this a, do I have to put the explicit tag? Oh no, this one I have to put the.
What does this look like to you?
That looks like you're pistoning, your arms are pistons in an engine and you're making it go.
That's what's happening. All right. You ever seen Silicon Valley? What if you go tip to tip?
Okay, enough already.
All right,
that
so
happened.
anyway, Charlie Davies'
Okay.
stanky leg. You've used 1, 2, 3, 6, and 9.
1, 2, 3, 6, and 9. Stanky leg. Look, I get the one that he did in Mexico City at the Azteca in a game that we eventually lost is one of my favorite moments because I love the ball that Donovan plays and just how that goal unfolds. But that's going to be number 8 for me. I just don't dig the stanky leg.
That's fine.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. There's no losers here.
I'm sorry.
All right. Rapinoe pose.
This is the one. This is the other one from that same tournament, right?
It's like,
and I put her teammate with the tea sipping where?
You put Alice Morgan sips tea at 3. You've used 1 and 2. The highest
I did put her at 3.
Then
I guess I got to put her at 4. I think
Rapinoe pose is bigger.
But this is the thing. I boxed myself in.
But you even said when you were talking about Alex Morgan, he said there was another one from that same. So you
I know
there was a possibility.
I know, but I'm not writing these down, so I missed that I didn't leave a gap for that ahead of number 3. I should have put it at 4. I should have put the tea sipping at 4 and this one at 3. I think this is bigger. It's a bigger moment. But like you said about creativity, I give Alex a little more credit for the creativity because, as much as it's iconic that Megan put her arms out, she just put her arms out, right? It was like, look at me. Which
it was the symbol of the women of that tournament, though. Like
that's the thing
look
about
at me with my pink purple hair and I'm a lesbian here scoring in your face. And what are you gonna do about it? This is my tournament.
That pose made 30 million people vote Republican is what I think that pose did.
Hey, it's worth it.
Okay. All right. Right now? That's worth it right now?
I don't know.
Oh, shit. I mean, look at your governor.
We should have lost the tournament.
Look at your governor. All right, go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead. Continue.
All right. So that leaves you with numbers 5 and 7 left. 5 and 7.
That's it. That's all I got. Well, hold on.
All you got.
I'm trying to divine what you've got left here.
2 left.
We're talking about goal
I think it's possible
celebration.
you could think of both of these. I don't know if you have, but I think it's possible. You'll definitely remember both of them.
All right, go ahead.
All right, next one. Aleko Eskandarian scores against the Red Bull, drinks a Red Bull, spits it out, and throws it down on the ground.
You know what? I forgot that I didn't think you
that may be the best celebration in MLS history.
Pretty good. It's pretty good, man. It's pretty good.
That was fantastic.
What numbers do I have left? Whatever the highest
7 left.
Put it at 5. It's not.
5.
Here's the thing. Moment wise, it doesn't rate nearly anywhere near the rest of these.
Creativity.
The fact that he got the Red Bull. I don't remember how did it.
And
how did he procure
it's MLS ownership and sponsor.
Yeah. How did he procure the Red Bull? I don't remember.
It was hidden
that
behind
part.
a sign, if I remember correctly. It's like one of the signs right there. He went behind it and got it.
He schemed his way to there needs to be a Red Bull.
I'm pretty sure that this was arranged.
Man, and what is Aleko doing right now? Is he still working for MLS? Shout out to Aleko Eskandarian.
Yeah, good dude. Always liked Aleko Eskandarian. No, so 1 left, and it's going to be your number 7.
Yeah,
I thought you would have been having this one in the back of your mind and maybe saved a spot for it somewhere because I know you like this one.
Yeah, what is it?
Clint Dempsey tapping his watch at Hanover 96 after scoring, saying, "Give me my playing time."
Hold on, that'd be Clint Mathis, not Clint Dempsey, and I know you just accidentally did that. You
Clint
give
Mathis.
Cletus his respect.
I
all
did. I put stop, drop, and roll on here.
I
Clint
love the
Mathis.
balls of it. I'm fine where it ends up on the list. I'm fine where that
Number
ends up on the list.
7. Wow, for the bravado.
I would say if you're
American
missing
over in Germany acting like an American, like he's
I get it. I get it. I'm sure that other people will have, I'm sure some of the chat will have other suggestions. You came up with 9. I just thought about this the other day. I think we're going to do a rewatch of the highlights on Morning Kick Around for a memory hole segment where we're like, hey, remember this thing happened that we forgot about?
Yeah.
2011 Gold Cup final. Do you remember the 2011 Gold Cup final, Jared?
Is that Benny Feilhaber goal?
Nope, that was 2007.
Is this Gio Dos Santos chipping
Yes.
Tim Howard?
Yes. But what happened before that? Do you remember what happened before that?
We were up 1 or 2-0, weren't we?
We were up 2-0 in that game. We lost 4-2. We were up 2-0 in that game. Landon Donovan scored. I think of a quick throw in or something. No, that's a different goal. That's 2009 Gold Cup, I think.
No. That's going into the World Cup. Remember, he got dropped. It was like he was playing the Gold Cup because no other main players were playing the Gold Cup, and he was just coming back from his break. And
2013 Gold Cup. Yeah. That was 2013. I think that was in Baltimore, the sunglasses. That's not a goal celebration. He was just taking a corner. He just picked up the sunglasses while he was taking the corner. So it doesn't count. Landon Donovan scored, I think, off a quick throw-in that Gold Cup final in 2011. The game that got Bob Bradley fired, by the way. And yes, thank you, Michael, the chicken dance. He did the chicken dance. Do you know why he did the chicken dance?
No idea.
Because several Mexican players were banned from that tournament because they tested positive for some steroid, and they blamed it on chicken. They said there was too much of that.
How is this a gap in my U.S. soccer knowledge? I don't remember this at all.
You don't have this one in your head?
No, man. I don't even remember it. He tempted fate, and then when just dropped 4 on us after that.
Yeah, unfortunately, it did not work out. It would have been amazing.
I think you say he scored, pulled up his pants, and took a pee on the field just to remind him of Jalisco.
Yeah. By the way, how many men's World Cup celebrations do you have?
Oh, I don't know if I have
0.
I have 1. No, U.S. Algeria. That was the only one.
Oh, right, the dog pile. So you do have busted face Clint Dempsey scoring against Ghana in the opener in 2014.
Yeah, but the celebration, I mean, he did his normal, like, he didn't do his...
I know. There's also there is also I'm blanking right now.
Well, Carter Rivera in the chat put Brian McBride 3rd goal versus Portugal, but I think that was just him like going like this, like wasn't he like
like doing a running thing while he was
nobody GIF that.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
And Noah go back there and GIF my Trump dance either.
Yeah, Jonathan Tannewall might have a 10th. Let's go.
Oh,
John,
it's going to be Philly first goal. Sebastian.
No. He's not gonna do that to us. He's got something good.
You better type it quick. You think he's a freaking journalist? You think he'd type it by now?
This one. Okay, here we go.
Is ATT a Hunt and Pecker?
I don't know. No, he's a professional journalist. This is the one I was remembering that I remembered and then blanked on and remembered again. Michael is my guy tonight. He remembered that Clint Dempsey did the Michael Jackson tribute celebration when he scored in the Confederation Cup. I think that was the goal against Spain. I think it was against Spain.
A Michael Jackson tribute? What did he do?
Michael Jackson died right as that tournament was happening. He just did the leg kick.
Oh,
thing.
like the little whoopah.
Yeah, the whoopah, like that thing, whatever that is. What is it that Michael Jackson used to say in every song? that was it. That's what he said. Shamon. That's what Clint Dempsey said in that moment. Because this is another thing that you maybe don't remember. They were in South Africa for the Confederations Cup, and the U.S. men's national team was asked about Michael Jackson dying when they were doing press conferences.
As you do.
I mean, Michael Jackson's one of the biggest American stars in history, I guess.
Most underrated Michael Jackson song.
Underrated. Dirty Diana is my.
That's exactly what was in my head.
It's an amazing song. It goes so friggin' hard.
And I'm going to throw one other one out there from his last album, I think. Love Never Felt So Good. Written by him and Paul Anka. I love the story behind it. If you ever get the chance, go listen to Paul Anka interviewed on Smartless. He's Jason Bateman's father-in-law. But obviously, Paul Anka has his own thing. Wrote My Way, that Sinatra.
Huge,
I mean, he's written more songs than you have any idea. So
Yeah.
he has this story that in the 80s, Michael Jackson and his team came in to do a couple songs. You know, they're working some stuff out in the studio, and they build a couple beats out, a couple ideas. They take break for lunch or bathroom or something like that. And when they come back, Michael Jackson's team is gone, and Paul Anka says the tapes are gone. And no like accountability of what happened to him or anything like that. Cut to 20 to 25 years later, this album comes out with Love Never Felt So Good, and Paul Anka maintains that is the song and the beat that they came up with together in the 80s, and he got no rights to when it came out.
Wow.
But it's a great song, and it sounds like off the wall era Michael Jackson. So it is from like that 80s time capsule. So go to take a listen to that song if you guys don't know it.
Man, I'm thinking, man, there's some deep cuts. I know that we memory hold Michael because of things, kind of. But I haven't listened to a Michael Jackson song really, like choosing to listen to one in a long time, and I probably should go back.
Dirty Diana, though, great choice on the underrated one.
Great song. It's a great song. I mean, and I don't think it was. I think it was kind of a hit, like when it came out.
Yeah, but it's not at that same level.
It gets buried. Yeah, it gets buried. Beat It and Bad and like everything, Black and White. And what's the one with Janet when they're in space?
Oh,
remember
yeah.
that one?
I don't
That's a
remember
good
what
one.
it is. But I mean, then you got everything from Off the Wall, like
This is
but
and Tom Opp. Oh my God, PYT is great. Tom Opp says You Are Not Alone.
Wow,
which is pretty.
We
good.
just can someone clip up Jason saying PYT is great.
I mean, the song.
You like that? You liking that PYT, huh?
PYT, pretty young,
Pretty young
thing.
thing.
Yeah, it's great song.
Oh, your wife is younger than you, huh?
4 years, 3 years, 3.5 years.
Michael
What?
Jackson, dude.
Was you married an old maid? Is that what happened to you?
Oh,
Oh,
balls
man.
on this guy. She is
All right.
1 month older than me.
1 month older than you.
And I'd never let her live it down.
Do you know that Jared shares a birthday with Jimmy Conrad? Did you guys know that?
And Abe Lincoln.
That
And
too.
and
Yeah.
Arsenio Hall.
Oh, really? Man, what
Yeah.
happened to Arsenio? What is he doing right now?
I don't know.
You think Arsenio? Hold on. You think
that boy
Arsenio was?
good? I don't know.
You think he was smart and he banked it, and now he's just chilling and being happy and
I
not
think he
dealing with
actually
all this
probably was kinda
nonsense?
smart. He had a lot of writing credits in the 80s and 90s as well. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, Coming to America, like he was one of the writers on that, along with Eddie
Do you
Murphy.
feel like maybe Arsenio, because of the talk show, and because he was not like he didn't come out of the same school as Eddie came out of Saturday Night Live, but do you feel like Arsenio's underrated as a comic talent? Like, come on.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think he's a good stand-up, can do characters, and I also you got to remember, like he also was hitting at the same time in Living Color. So in a time in America where there can only be X amount of black comics that are allowed at a time, that was the thing. Like you was just like,
But this is what I'm saying. Like
the Wayans dominated at that point.
He had this run, and he was attached to Eddie because of Coming to America, right? He had this run, and then he goes into the talk show period. And remember, like Clinton wouldn't play the saxophone.
I think Harlem Nights was hard for a lot of the guys. Harlem Nights tanked.
Brought him down. Brought him down a lot. I just feel like, man, he could have been.
And Eddie pivoted into family stuff in the 90s. So he Arsenio wasn't going to be doing that, you know?
Yeah, he could have, but he didn't.
Yeah. He went back out in the comedy circuit, did a lot of stand-up like after.
Did he? I did not know that. I did not know that. Arsenio Hall. Forgotten, loved and not forgotten. That guy. Man. Some of those clips from Coming to America when they do multiple characters.
I think it's his last show. His last show, if you get the chance, go watch it. The amount of 90s hip-hop stars that came on and did like a medley back to back was really impressive. I think they had like I want to say they had like Q-Tip and
wow, that's my guy.
I can't remember. It might have been both you guys from Tribe Called Quest, but yeah, there was just back to back, just murderer's row of guys coming in for his last show. You got to go look at
1994 was the final.
Yeah, does it say who was who performed on that? Let me see. 19.
No, I don't. I don't even know.
Last show.
Final episode, May 27th, 1994. I would have been a freshman in high school. Who knows? Anyway, let's wrap this bad boy up.
Let me see if it's in right here. If it says who all was there. Okay, it says artist from So anyone from Yo-Yo to KRS-One doesn't list them all. Dang it. I wish it had a list of all of them, dude. You would love it. Just knowing what I know about you.
I just found a video. Here we go. Yo-Yo,
Naughty by
MC Light,
Nature.
Tretch, that's Naughty by Nature. Tribe Called Quest, Fushnikin, CL Smooth, Guru, Das Effects, Wu-Tang Clan, Wu-Tang, KRS-One, Madline with Pete Rock. Wow, okay. Yeah, this would be up by. I don't remember.
This is a
Yo-Yo.
Jason Davis like Murder's Row right there.
It is pretty good.
I mean,
All
granted, you already become a New Jack guy too, though. But
well, that's just a moment in time.
Yeah.
There's a wider world. Okay. Shout out to everybody who listened live and contributed. Thank you very much. And we got one super chat, so thank you for that. We didn't hit our goal. That's okay. We're going to be doing bonus stuff over at the Patreon, patreon.com/thebestsoccershow. You can sign up there. There are daily Davis updates. It's not 100% daily, but it's mostly daily. Me dumping out some thoughts and talking soccer in America and various things. I also have a newsletter at Jason Davis Soccer Eagle. Go find that on you. Just Google that. You'll find it. Jared is at home in the Inland Empire, swimming in the pool these days, probably barbecuing.
I had my first skinny dip, though, the other night. Summer started, my friends.
Okay, that's too much information. Thank you very much. No, that's okay. Good for you, bud. Good for you.
Hey, there's two
You're
things
out.
every man should do in the summertime: pee in their backyard and skinny dip.
That's right. Who cares if the neighbors are watching? Just get out there and do it.
A treat for them.
Morning Kick Around is a thing. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time on YouTube. Search Morning Kick Around. We are actually taking some steps and growing pretty big, and I'm very excited about that. So go help.
Yeah,
that
but does
out.
he do this?
Who?
Your other host.
No, my other host doesn't drop F-bombs either. You know why? Because he's a polite man from the Midwest. He's not some California asshole. Cat from California who eat too many avocados.
Who needs the explicit tag now?
In burritos and tacos. Bro.
Happy. I'll claim all of it.
All right. That's it. We got to go. We've been talking too much. Thank you very much for listening. We'll talk to you guys next week. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Everybody say bye-bye.
Another one.
The Sausage King of Chicago.
Go to Defcon 2.
Can I get a manager? Can I please get a manager?
The Sausage King of Chicago.
Duh and/or hello.
Calm down, Greg. It's soccer. It's soccer.
Get to the chopper!
Who asked those questions?
Oh, baby! What are we doing?
Oh, it's incredible!
WNBC. WNBC.
Jay Rodius.